positives, as there always are, but the key thing is we need to get better from where we currently sit. So that's obviously what we're working towards in this camp, and obviously leading forward going ahead. So any questions, please fire away.
Any questions?
Yeah, look, I've been here just under 15 months, 16 months, so not quite 2 years, but the points that we're working on is our consistency. So yes, in terms of winning series, we've got ourselves in positions to win series, we just have to follow it through. So that goes down to consistency. So we say we're getting to good strong positions and then we're not able to follow it through. That's again down to a couple of basic points. One is staying on task for longer, the focus and the concentration. The other thing is also our skill level. So we're trying to up our skill level from a technical point of view, but also make sure that our game awareness and game smartness is improved, because that's what's held us back from winning those close games, as you would have seen in the World Cup. So the 2 losses in the World Cup to South Africa and Bangladesh, 2 games that we got in really strong positions and we really should have won. So from that point of view, that's been a bit of a pattern, which we're addressing as often as we can when we go into these camps. Again, behind the scenes, as you know, the trial's going ahead to develop a different type of group, or another group of players, so we have a stronger domestic system. I think once that's in place, you will see a shift in fortune, I believe, because there's now more competition for places, and that drives standards and expectations.
David, we have seen wicket-keepers, batters contributing in the teams most often. But we have a wicket-keeper batter, Sidra Nawaz. She is playing at an average of 8 to 9. So did you find any wicket-keeper batter talent here during your stay with the team?
Yeah, good question. Yes, look, talking about Sidra, in terms of being a keeper, she's a very good wicket-keeper. Yes, her numbers with the bat are under where she should be, because she's a better player than what she's showing. So she's working hard on her batting to rectify that. Outside of that, second part of the question, in terms of who we're looking at, we have used Muniba Ali in the one-day series in the West Indies last year, which she kept in the last 2 games. So we are looking at alternatives in terms of who could fill that role, not just in one-day cricket, certainly T20 we've done that, and we'll look to carry on doing that. But one-day cricket, we still feel that Sidra is the best keeper at the moment. But as always, you're always looking to evolve your squad and develop your players. But she's working hard on the game. We got to trust her and keep challenging her to get better and better. Suggested quite compact when you think about World Cups, Commonwealth Games, the Asia Cup, Asia Games, the 100-ball competition, which and the Women's Big Bash. They take up 3 months themselves, and within that, international teams are available. So we have to sort of fit in where we can in terms of series. So the weather's the weather. I never know the game being called off because of the heat. International game anyway, you have to get on and play. So there's nothing we can do about that. If it stays like this, it'll be great. It's a bit of a breeze. But so that's no excuse for us. It's just we have to get on with that. Second part of the question in terms of the squad, in terms of you mentioned Javeri and Maha. As I said, we've got 26 players here plus 4 missing. We just feel at this present stage at the moment, this core group of players, the players that we're looking at for this particular series. It doesn't mean that Javeri, exactly the same. It doesn't mean that they won't play for Pakistan again, or we don't think they're both good players in their own right. Maham's been himself unavailable. Javeri's a bit different. So in terms of us, in terms of our thoughts on those players and the players that aren't here, there are some good players that aren't here. At the moment, it's about, we believe, that this group of players are the ones we're looking at for this present series.
David,
in terms of comparisons with other teams, I don't know the other teams, but obviously in my experience as a state coach in Australia, we have benchmarks that you use within that first class system there. So we're looking at those to make sure that we are in line with that. We did testing yesterday, which again we focused heavily on fitness for the last year. We are getting better. We're more mobile in the field. We're looking fitter. We're looking stronger. But again, it's a continuous effort to make sure we're putting those things in place. Obviously, we're just coming off the back of Ramadan, so it's always difficult in terms of maintaining that. But again, it's no excuse. We have to be better than that, professional players. So we have to keep moving that forward. So again, that's an area that we continuously to push, because you need to be fit for purpose, and we need to get fitter and stronger. Waka Raxi's come to join us the next couple of days, so he's holding one of the trials. So I'll be touching base with them once the trials are complete. There'll be feedback in terms of any new talent, players that are out there. We feel mean, most teams around the world, international teams, especially the men's program, the ones that have performed well consistently, are supported by a very strong domestic system. So it's important that we follow that.
Last question, Mr.
Contact with the coaches is really important across the whole year. Yeah, there'll obviously be a natural downtime in terms of rest period. But outside of that, I mean, the players, when we're not on camps or on national duty, the players go back to their regions. We do have regional hubs, so they are getting supported from that point of view. But it's an ongoing. Aren't on national duty or on camps, but they are getting supported away from PCB organised sessions because that's where they can actually, that's where they spend most of their time anyway. It's important to keep involved and get away from us.
Last question.
We do have a busy schedule after Sri Lanka. Obviously, moved to T20 focus. Obviously, we're going our games. So, in order to support our opportunity at the Commonwealth Games, we're going to Ireland first, as you know, to play against Ireland and Australia. So again, that will be great preparation. Obviously, 4 games of cricket, 2 in conditions that we're likely to deal with in Birmingham by going to Belfast. And again, against 2 different types of opposition. One, T20 World Cup holders, now the ODI World Cup holders, so that will be a challenge in itself. But also Ireland, who are now involved in coming into the female game. They have some very good young players, so again, that's going to be a good challenge for us. So again, it's great that the PCB have supported us in terms of giving us the opportunity to go to Ireland before the Commonwealth Games. Post Commonwealth Games, there will still be the Asia Cup when we get back at some stage. So we've still got the focus around T20 cricket, and there will be further series from November.